Hello, Ismail. So today we are going to be presenting about the product registration. So here are my group members. So firstly, Aruna Lisa, Mitalina Afika, and also Divya and me, Muhammad Ahmad. So first, we're going to start with the introduction to product registration. So product registration refers to the formal process of obtaining regulatory approval from governmental authorities, which permits a product, such as pharmaceuticals, medical devices, or cosmetics, to be marketed and sold within a specific country or region. So this process is crucial for ensuring that products meet safety, efficacy, and quality standards established by regulatory bodies. So the requirements for registration can vary significantly from one jurisdiction to another, necessitating a thorough understanding of local regulations and guidelines. So next is the initial application for product registration. So firstly is the preparation of documentation. So together, all relevant product data, including specifications, safety information, clinical trial results, and any other required documentation. And then next is the understanding of regulatory requirements. So research the specific requirements for product registration in the target market. These may include understanding local laws regarding labeling, packaging, and advertising. So next one is submission of application. So to complete the submission, the application form provided by the relevant regulatory authorities. So these often involve online submission through designated platforms or specific government websites in other countries. Okay, and then next is payment of fees. So any payment applicable to the registration fees needs to be paid. For example, in the US, an annual registration user fee must be processed before initiating the establishment registration process with the FDA. So lastly is the communication with regulatory authorities. So after the submission, maintain communication with the regulatory body to address any queries or requests for additional information that may arise during the review process. Okay, so that's all from my part. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Okay, my part will be on documentation review. So as you can see, for documentation review, we have few components. Firstly will be product information, manufacturer information, labeling information, and also safety and quality certificates. So starting off for product information, which will include a detailed description of the product, including its purpose of the particular product, as well for ingredients and how it functions to the consumer. Secondly will be manufacturer information that has the details of manufacturer, including name, address, manufacturing license. Thirdly will be on labeling information, which has a compliance with local labeling standards, including language requirements as Malay or English. And nutritional information for food. Hence, this usage instruction gives a safety precaution, also a proper warning for the consumers. Last but not least, for safety and quality certificates, it provides a relevant certificates such as good manufacturing practice, also known as GMP, and ISO certifications or local quality certifications as well for safety and quality certification for the consumer and for the manufacturer as well. Pass it to next presenter.
For sample submission, the first thing first that the applicants must do is to do an online application via Quest. So they need to use the Quest system for tailored online application forms. So this system will facilitate all aspects of product registration, including variation and renewals. And then compliance with requirements. So it is crucial to follow all requirements outlined in the application forms. So this includes submitting supplementary documentation as needed. And if the application is incomplete, it may lead to rejection during the initial review by MPRE. Next is correct form selection. So it ensures that the appropriate section of the application is selected and that the correct forms are filled out accurately. Next is guideline reviews. So applicants should read explanatory notes and relevant ASEAN or ICH guidelines to understand full registration requirements, which helps in preparing a comprehensive application. And then for the supplementary information request, the MPRA may request additional information during the evaluation process to clarify any problems regarding the submitted product information. So the applicants must respond to this request in order to maintain progress in the registration process. Moving on to the technical evaluation. So the first one is document review for compliance. The MPRA will check that all submitted documents are complete and comply with regulatory requirements. If the application is incomplete, it may delete and might lead to rejection. And then safety and efficacy assessment. So the agency will evaluate the product safety and effectiveness based on the clinical trial data and scientific evidence to ensure it works as intended without causing any harm. Next is quality control checks. So the quality assessment will verify that the product is manufactured according to GMP, which will ensure that the quality and stability of the products is consistent. And then for labeling reviews, the product labeling will be examined to ensure it includes all necessary information such as the usage instructions, warnings, and also the language complies with the local language requirements. And then next is risk-benefit analysis. So NPRA will conduct this analysis in order to determine if the benefits of the product outweigh any risks, considering potential side effects and also available alternative. And lastly is final recommendation. So based on the evaluation, NPRA will provide recommendation for approval or rejection. If approved, they may set conditions for market authorization, including post-market monitoring. So this process ensures that only safe and effective products are allowed in the market, protecting public health. So that's all for me. I'll pass to the next person.
Hello, my name is Aruna and I will be presenting about approval and registration process, which is overlooked by the NPRA. So the first part is the preparation for application that was explained by Mitalina just now. So they have to register for Quest membership. So during this registration process, they require a company registration form and authorization letter, and also a photocopy of the identification card. And then to access the Quest system, they need to purchase a USB token at the NPRA. So after the purchase of USB token, they can access the Quest system. So after accessing the Quest system using the USB token, the applicants have to make an online submission of their product, and this includes providing some comprehensive information and data about the product, such as specifications and also safety information. And then the product will be sent to NPRA for initial reviewing, which is the applicant must ensure that all required information is submitted. If additional data is needed, they will contact and notify the applicants. The fourth one is sample will be submitted for laboratory analysis at NPRA as well. So the submitted data will undergo a technical evaluation, like how it was explained just now. And in the technical evaluation, it will be conducted by the NPRA evaluators. And this may involve further communication between the applicant and also the NPRA evaluators. And if there is any needed necessary information, they will contact the applicant. And then the sixth one is evaluation of product. Once they have all the necessary details, they will evaluate the product. So number 7 will be approval from Drug Control Authority, or also known as DCA, after the final report presentation. So after the evaluation, the applicant is required to make a report, where in the report they will include all the details about the products and also the evaluation. So these will be evaluated by DCA and they have the authority to approve or reject. And if everything is complete and everything is right by the requirements, they will approve. But if something is missing and some data is not correct, or something was falsified, or if it is inaccurate, DCA has the authority to reject the approval during the report presentation. And finally, for post-registration requirements, the applicants have to be alert that the product is only valid for 5 years. And during the 5 years, they must comply to all the regulatory standards and conditions. And if they do not do so, their application will be cancelled right away. And they can apply for renewal 6 months before the expiration date. And if they fail to do so, and if they do not apply for renewal, they have to redo this process from scratch, from step number 1 all over again. All right. So some key considerations to remember for the approval and registration process is the registration process will need some fee based on your product itself. So, for instance, if it's a new chemical product, they have a processing fee of 1,000 ringgit, and there will be additional fees based on your active ingredients. So, the fee will be subject to changes, and then they must also always comply to the regulatory requirements. So that is all for approval and registration part. So in conclusion, the project registration process is a very intricate process which was structured by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency. This is to ensure that all the pharmaceutical products meet the strict and safety guidelines so that it is safe for the consumers. The main goal for this process is to ensure safety and efficacy in all products that is being marketed to consumers. And by complying to these strict guidelines, it fosters the confidence in the consumers and general public to when they are purchasing pharmaceutical products. So that is all from our group. Thank you very much.